In the short practice, we'll be working on these very deep core muscles. We'll be linking some poses, and we'll be solidly on the mat. You'll want to use some blocks and a blanket if you have them. If you don't, we can improvise. Let's begin lying down. Bend your knees. Hold on to your mat, and as you take a good grip of the edges of the mat, draw the heads of the arm bones back so you get a nice lift to the chest and length to the spine. Release your mat and pull your right knee in. Have your leg active and spread your toes. Release your right foot down. Pull your left leg in. Get as much hip flexion as possible as you draw it a little bit deeper toward the outer rib. Release your left foot. Pull your right knee in again. Now reach your left leg out as you pull your right knee just a little bit closer to the mat with the toes active. Release your right foot. Pull your left leg in as you slide your right foot down and straighten the right leg. Pull in. Release your left foot. Straighten both legs. Reach your arms up and over your head so you get nice length. With your arms over your head, spread your fingers to tone the muscles of the arms. Reach your heels. Now pull the thighs in, grab hold of your shin bones, and extend again. Reach your arms out, reach your legs out, pull in, reach out. You want to go a little bit slow in your actions so that you can, especially as you reach out, so that you can really access those core muscles. 2 more. Pull in, reach out. 1 more. Pull in, reach out. Let's add 1 more piece to this. Pull in, lift up, reach your hands forward, and come back down to expand the arms out and reach your legs out. 2 more of those. Pull in, lift up, reach your hands toward your toes, reach your legs out, take your arms up and over. Again, pull the knees in, lift up, reach your arms over your head as you straighten your legs. Now bend your knees to draw over to the side and lift up to come to a seated pose. When we're able to access these deep core muscles, you get a sense of resolve and fortitude as you do these repetitive actions in the yoga poses. Now let's get a little bit more length to elongate the muscles that support the spine. Take your right hand to your left knee and push from the pelvis to the kneecap into the palm of the hand as you place your left hand behind you. If you can press into the fingertip tops of the left hand, that'll give you a little bit more length and you'll come more forward on your sits bones as you draw yourself into a seated twist. Now release out of that side and cross your legs the opposite way. Take your left hand to the kneecap, your right hand behind you. Press the fingertips. Push from the pelvis to the kneecap into the hand and pull back from the palm of the hand to get this nice length in the spine. Release out of the twist. Now let's add a piece. In yoga, there's always more, and there's always more that you can link to these poses. We'll add now a little strengthening to the pelvic area. You may wish to use a blanket to get a little elevation so that if the knees are really high relative to your pelvis, you can refine that alignment. Now that you've got a little bit more lumbar curve, if you set up on a blanket, take your hands behind you. Press your hands into the mat. With your knees bent and your feet planted, bend your elbows, hug your elbows in to get a nice fullness to the upper chest, and lift your feet up off the floor. If you can hold that with the inner knees touching, with your toes engaged nicely, get this nice lift to the chest. Now bring your feet down, cross your legs again, come to the twist, take your right hand to the right kneecap, left hand behind you, get this nice fullness in the twist, and release out of the pose. Same thing, place your right hand, even though it's a very seemingly very static pose, see how your engagement can create a little bit more length. The engagement of the leg, the engagement of the arm allows you to go a little bit deeper in the twist. Now come back to the same actions we were doing. Press your feet down. Take your hands back with your fingers spread, the base of the index finger pressing down. Bend your elbows. Hug your elbows in to draw the shoulder blades in toward each other as you lift your toes up. Good. Keep that. Now take your feet down. Cross your legs. Take your left hand to your right knee. Press your right hand down. Get a nice lifting of the chest. Now let's come to the balance pose. With the hands back, you can lift the feet. If you'd like to take your hands up, you're welcome to do that. Now take your feet down, cross your legs the opposite way. Take your right hand to your left kneecap. Get lots of length here as you twist just a little bit deeper in these repetitions. Come back to the center, fold your knees together, press your feet down. You can take your hands back or just free your hands if you like. You can pull the knees in as you keep a nice openness to the chest, a nice engagement to the legs, a hugging in feeling with the legs. Now cross your legs the opposite way. Take your left hand to the right knee. Sit tall with these repetitions. See if you can go just a little bit deeper in the twist. Come back to the center. Same thing. Feet down, knees hug in, hands back or not. Lift the chest, hug the bottom parts of the shoulder blades toward each other as you get this nice opening in the upper chest. Release your feet and cross your legs the opposite direction as you place your right hand to your left knee. Get tall in the twist. It seems like a very static action that we're doing, but just notice that you get a little heat here the more you do these actions. Press your feet down again with your hands back or your hands lifted. Take the heads of the arm bones back to get this nice openness to the chest with the strength and feeling of resolve in your actions. See if you can refine your alignment Each time we do this pose, notice if you're feeling any fatigue in the inner thighs, in the abdominals. Cross your legs. Place your left hand to the right knee. Lift tall. Come a little deeper in the twist. Release. Place your feet down. Hands back or hands reaching forward, your choice. Get this nice fullness in the pose before coming to the twist again. These repetitions allow us to go just a little bit deeper every cycle. Release out of the pose. The third pose we'll do involves blocks. You may not need the blocks, but if you've got them, grab them. Place the blocks right alongside your pelvis. Press your hands down. Get this nice lifting quality. You really have to customize this for yourself. If you got really long arms, this may not be so comfortable for you. See if you can straighten your legs and get tall. From here, take your hands back. Again, blocks or no blocks, your choice. With your fingers directed toward your toes, do the same action that we just did in the last pose. Bend your elbows, hug your elbows in toward each other to get a lift to the chest. Bend your knees and have your feet about hip distance apart as you press down through the base of the big toe. Lift yourself up. You can draw your head back, look back, lift your pelvis, and release your pelvis down. Come back to where we started with your hands just to your side. For some of us, the wrist action might be slightly intense. So just modify for yourself so that you can get this nice fullness in the front side of the body, strength both in the back sides of the legs as you draw in from the heels to the pelvis. Get a nice lifting quality in the chest. We'll do that 2 more cycles. So place your hands to the blocks. Draw the heads of the arm bones back. Bend your knees and plant your feet as you lift the chest, lift the pelvis as well. Get this nice full lift. And the pelvis will want to sag a little bit. So see if you can really root down through the base of the big toe to lift up even higher. Pull from the heels toward the heart. And exhale, release your pelvis down. Lots of different sensations come up when we do that pose. But see if you can keep that felt sense of determination and resolve to allow, as you build strength in those deep core muscles, to also affect your behavior. That feeling of confidence and determination, that feeling of inner strength just naturally comes with you as you build these core muscles. Place your hands once again on the blocks, bend your knees, plant your feet, bend your elbows, do all the actions to get this nice lifting quality of the heart as you press down through the hands, especially through the base of your index finger, lift your pelvis up. Now the pelvis is rather heavy, so see if you can lift it up even further as you look back. You get this nice opening. Exhale and release your pelvis down. Extend your legs. So there you have it. 3 different actions that allow you to start to develop these deep core muscles for more advanced yoga poses. Thanks for joining me in the practice. Namaste.